Hey guys, what is up? My name is Elsie. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're not. Today I have a video that was obviously a long time in the making because I had to read all these books. One of my goals this summer was to read 5 books, and I actually ended up reading 6, and so I just kind of want to go through how I felt about the books, what I liked about them, if I, recommend them. And I'm actually really excited about this video. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time because personally, I love reading, but I'm also the type of person who will not read for like 9 months, and then for like the next 2 or 3 months I'm like obsessed with reading, and I read so many books and I buy these new books, and then I don't read anything ever again. My favorite genre of book is like a murder mystery thriller type book. I didn't get into that until probably my freshman year of high school. I'm a sophomore in college now, so I don't know, I've been into that for 6 years probably, and I have read lots of murder mystery stories. I'm gonna rate each of these books 1 out of 10, just overall how I felt about it, and then I will also put them in order of which ones I like the most to which ones I like the least, just so you guys have a little bit more of a perspective, but obviously this is my personal opinion. So the first book I'm going to be showing you is called That Weekend. It's by Kara Thomas, and if you guys have never read a Kara Thomas book, you need to read a Kara Thomas book. They're all murder mystery. I've read The Darkest Corners, Little Monsters, The Cheerleaders, and now this. And actually when I was looking for books this summer at like Barnes & Noble, I looked up if Kara Thomas had a new book that I hadn't read yet, and it came out like 2 days later. So then I got it for my grandma got it for me for my birthday, and I finished it within like 2 days. She's so good. This book is about, the main character is a girl named Claire, and she goes on a weekend trip with her friends Kat and Jesse, who are dating. And then she wakes up and is like bloody on a mountain, like snowy mountain, no idea where she is, and she cannot remember anything that has happened in the past weekend. I don't know, there's a plot twist in this that really like threw me off guard, which I don't know if it's that big of a plot twist or if I was just kind of dumb and didn't see it coming. But her books are so good. I definitely recommend any of them. So I give it an 8.5 out of 10. There were some things where I would have liked a bit more explanation. Like, I think the book could have been a bit longer, but also there were so many things in this book that were just so good, and like I would have never thought of those things. And the second book I'm going to be talking about, I unfortunately do not have right now. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen somewhere. It is called I'll Never Tell by Abigail Hawes, which I never heard of her before, but I saw this book, I think at Target, and it was like 20% off, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I'll get it. No biggie. Guys, let me tell you, that book, so good. The book's about a girl named Anna, and her best friend's name is Elise. They went on a spring break trip to Aruba their senior year. It was supposed to be, the best time of their lives, and then Elise is found like murdered. Like, everybody's eyes are on Anna, and Anna has to prove. Like, the whole book is like Anna proving that she didn't do it, and then like the person who did it at the end, like there's just, obviously there's a plot twist. There's always a plot twist. There were 2 words at the end. 2 words in the second to last chapter that changed, I don't know, like, it like proved who it was. And I read that page to him, and he's like, his mind was blown too. So that was just really cool. It was just a super fun book to read. I don't want to rate these too high because like obviously I'm not an expert, but I would give it, on my personal opinion, like a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed that book. Obviously I'm not like an English major or anything. I don't really pay attention to the writing style and the, like, if the book was, I don't know, if I enjoy it, I'm gonna rate it high. That's pretty much how I do things. The next book is also another murder mystery, kind of. It's called The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. She wrote One of Us is Lying, and it's about like 5 kids in detention, and then one's like dead, or I don't know. I haven't read it. I want to read it, but I haven't read it yet. And then I also read another book by her one time called Two Can Keep a Secret. That one, amazing. Go read that. This one, also amazing. This is about Millie, Aubrey, and Jonah's story. They are cousins. They've never really met before. Their grandma Mildred had 4 kids, and then all of a sudden she just cut them off from their inheritance. They get this mysterious letter from their grandma to go work at her private island for the summer, and they are just all sorts of confused. Their parents are confused, but all their parents want them to do it so they can get back in Mildred's good graces and get her inheritance again. So there's obviously another big plot twist. Karen McManus is really good as well. This book, I really enjoyed it. My personal opinion, I really enjoyed it and I couldn't put it down, but I would rate it like an 8 out of 10. The Girl I Used to Be is written by April Henry. I had never read one of her books before. She has a lot of them. The only real problem I had with this book is that it's so short. Like compared to, I don't know, like compared to this one that I read, it's like half the size. And honestly, I like a longer book. I think this book could have had so much more like information in it. They could have talked about more characters more. They could have, with it being a murder mystery, it got the point across that it needed to get across. As 14 years ago, a 3-year-old girl was the only survivor at a horrific murder scene. All these years later, that same girl is determined to search for the truth, but the killer is even more determined to stop her. So basically her mom got murdered and they thought for the longest time that her dad did it, and then new information came out. And so she has to like work kind of with the police, but also kind of just on her own. She's also been like through the foster system. Her name was changed completely, so nobody in this town, or she thinks nobody in this town, really knows who she is. She kind of found herself and who she really wanted to be in this situation, but it was also solving a crime, which I do appreciate that there was like more than one aspect of it. I think this is a great book to read if you are in, say, like junior high or high school and you're just getting into like mystery thriller books. But like me, I've been into them for quite some time now, and so it just wasn't like my favorite. But my best friend, who is just getting into these types of books, read it and was like, Elsie, you need to read this. This is so good. I don't know, personally, just wasn't my favorite. So I'm gonna rate it like a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, so we have one last mystery thriller book, and then we have one more. This one I found at Barnes & Noble too this summer. This is called 14 Ways to Die. It is written by Vincent Ralph. It's long, which, like I said, I like a long book. It's about a girl named Jess and the Magpie Man. So you have to murder at least 3 people to be called a serial killer. The Magpie Man is looking for his 14th victim. So basically this girl signs up to be on this reality TV show, and where every Monday her phone is monitored. Like she's just followed around the whole day with these cameras, and it's live, so it's a 24-hour live thing. Her mom, when she was 7 or 8 years old, was murdered by this killer, and she was this killer's first victim, and her dad just nicknamed this guy the Magpie Man, and it stuck. She is doing this reality TV show so that she can help catch her mom's killer. I would rate this book an 8 out of 10. The plot twist was really good. I definitely did not see it coming. I had lots of guesses throughout the whole book who the killer was, and it wasn't any of them. So that one kind of threw me for a loop. And my last book that I read this summer is not a murder mystery / mystery thriller. It's actually a romance book, which I also really like romance books, but I'm just at that like weird in-between stage where some young adult books I really gravitate towards, and then part of me is also like, those are too cheesy and like childish and I want something better. So this one's more on like the cheesy end of the young adult, but it was still really good, and it's still good to throw one in there when I'm reading all these dark, twisted stories. This one is called Second Chance Summer. I actually got this last year at Barnes & Noble. It's by Morgan Matson, which I also have not read a book from her. It's very big. It's like 300 some pages. Oh, it's 468 pages. Taylor used to spend all of her time at this lake house, and like she would spend every summer at the lake house. She had a boyfriend there, she had a best friend there, and then one summer she kind of broke both of their hearts and just like kind of had a falling out with both of them, and she hadn't been back since. And then her dad gets this like really bad news, and so they spend like that summer at the lake house. And so it's kind of about like her connecting with her dad, but also connecting with her ex-best friend and her ex-boyfriend, and I don't know, there's a lot of things in it, but it's really good. I would rate it, for a young adult romance book, I would rate it like an 8.5 out of 10, because it was really good and the writing was good and there was lots of information in it. You really do connect with these characters, but it's not like a page turner, you know? It's not like a big hook. You just kind of read it. I just read it because it was just like a cute little story. And now I'm gonna do my most favorite to least favorite. My most favorite, my very favorite one that I read this summer was I'll Never Tell by Abigail Hawes. Hands down, loved that book, so good. My second favorite, That Weekend by Kara Thomas. Like I said, I love all of her books. So this one was different though. This one had a different ending than a lot of her others, and so that was really cool. In third place, The Cousins by Karen McManus. Fourth place is probably 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. Fifth place, Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson, just because, like I said, it wasn't a thriller and I really gravitate towards thrillers, but it was still really good and I really enjoyed reading it. And then last place is The Girl I Used to Be by April Henry. I already explained it, why this is my last place, but I think it would be other people's like top books if they were just getting into this, but I'm not. So there you have it. That's all the books that I read this summer. If you guys have any book recommendations that you think I would like, then you should drop them below in the comments because I love reading new things. That being said, that's the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you Tuesday because I'm trying to post every Friday and Tuesday now. I'll still be posting every Friday, and then every chance I can, I will be posting Tuesdays. Yeah, so I will see you on Tuesday. Bye!